Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unlocked, where we talk about unlocking the potential of you, the people you work with, and the people you do life with. At the time of this recording, I'm offering all of you, yes, my lovely listeners, a free 15-minute communication coaching call. You come with some kind of communication problem, and I give you a solution. My calendar link is in the show notes, so check that out. Have y'all ever heard of Rare Patient Day? Rare Patient Day is, one of those days that probably a lot of you don't know about, but you're going to find out a little bit about it today. I had Pam on the show last year to talk about this, and you can go back and listen to that. But this is another episode about Rare Patient Day and about the community of people with rare diseases. And it's so important that, I've learned so much from Pam and from Rare Patient Voice that I wanted to have her on the call because it's important, I think, that we get some awareness out there about this. With over 30 years of experience in study design, implementation, and analysis, Pam Cusick is a recognized leader in public health communication and patient advocacy. Her career has been defined by a passion for amplifying patient voices and driving meaningful change in the healthcare research. As a senior vice president of Rare Patient Voice, Pam plays a pivotal role in expanding the organization's reach and impact. Pam's academic foundation includes a BA in psychology from Sweet Briar College and an MA in psychology from the New School for Social Research. Beyond her professional role, though, Pam is deeply committed in advancing research through her involvement with the Horses and Human Research Foundation, where she served as a past president of the board of directors and scientific advisory council lead. Driven by her belief in the power of patient perspectives, Pam continues to innovate and advocate for inclusivity in research. She says this: every patient voice matters, and my mission is to ensure those voices are heard and valued. Pam's dedication to bringing research with real patient experiences makes her an invaluable force for the healthcare industry. You're going to hear her passion. You're going to hear some education. You're going to hear some things about Rare Patient Day that I want you to pay attention to. Now, this is a little bit not our normal show, and that's on purpose. I want this, again, important. I want you to hear the words that Pam talks about. It's a short episode, so let's do this. Oh, my friend Pam. Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Yeah, we did this last year, and it's like, now, you know what? When it happens twice, it's a tradition, Pam.
I know. It's going to have to do it every year.
So every year, here we go. Rare Disease Patient Day is a big deal in your world, and I want you to tell me why.
So Rare Disease Day is February 28th because it's the rarest day of the year. And all over the world, people with rare diseases come together.
Wait, Pam. Hold on a second. Is that seriously why they call it Rare Disease Day? Is on February 28th? Did they put on February 28th for that reason?
Yes.
That's brilliant. Okay, I'm so sorry I interrupted you.
No
All my
worries.
guests are like, Scott, don't interrupt me. But I can't help it. I have to ask that question. Okay.
Please interrupt me.
Please.
Yes, it is the rarest
No.
here. And
So
so that is why they have Rare Disease Day that day. We have gone to Rare Disease Day. There's an event at NIH every year, and we've gone to that every year. But there are events all over the world. And I wish could show you some pictures. Maybe I'll send you some and you can put along with your notes. But they'll have buildings lit up with all different colors, multiple colors to represent rare all over the world. It's really beautiful. And I think in New York, they maybe lit up the Empire State Building with the different, rare disease colors. It's like a beautiful purple and green and pink and all of these lovely colors. So, but the importance of the day is that it's bringing together people who have rare diseases. Rare people don't usually know anyone else with their rare disease. So instead of, if you have a more common chronic condition, you may have a group of people that you can get together with or that online. But a lot of times rare people don't really know anyone else in their condition. I've met people who their child was the only person in the whole world diagnosed with a particular genetic condition.
What?
And it's
What was that condition? Can you share?
I don't remember exactly because it was like numbers and,
Okay.
A1, 3, I can't remember what it
Yeah, yeah,
was.
yeah. Okay,
It
okay.
was so unique and new. No one else had ever been diagnosed with that condition, and it just blew my mind. But so this is really nice because a lot of people with rare diseases they will go to these different events, whether they're local, they're, like I said, at NIH here in Maryland, and they have great presenters, and we'll have a booth there, and there are other booths where they can get information about, advocacy groups or how they can get involved. There's an art show. Just it's an amazing, amazing day. And like I said, these rare events are all over the world, and it's just like I said, it's nice because they're not opportunities to get together with, in general, with your disease area for a lot of people. So they are coming together as one rare collective group, which is really cool.
Ah, that's so cool. So why do you care so much about this?
Well, Rare Patient Voice, we connect patients and caregivers with all kinds of research opportunities. So we will meet these patients. That's what one of the reasons we're there. We'll meet them, explain to them what kind of research they can be involved in. They can do focus groups and interviews and surveys. They can participate in clinical trials. And a lot of times they don't even know that they have an opportunity to do that. So we, explain how they could do that, and if they're interested, then they'll sign up with us, and then we give them, we connect them with clients who are doing research in, particular areas, developing a product, a service, a device. Sometimes they already have a product that's coming to market, and what they can, they're looking to develop educational materials, and they need patient input. So that's why we care to connect with those patients.
Ah, that's so cool. I've learned so much working with you and your team and just getting to know you better. It's just opened my eyes at what this is about and the impact of the work that you do and just following you for the past several years now. It's been super cool just
That is
get
cool.
the education. Y'all have been growing so much. The exposure you're getting, not just here in the States, but even globally, is super cool.
Yeah,
So
that's neat.
I, the more access these individuals have to each other, the more we can increase the treatments and the accessibility and all the things that people with rare disease, I'm sure, battle with all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about why patients should engage in this research at all in the first place. Like, what's in it for them? What's in it for the world? What's in it for you? I mean, what's in it for everybody?
Sure. So, I mean, the main thing is they're the experts on their condition, right? They live with that condition day in, day out. They know all of the, impacts on their daily living in a way that a doctor doesn't really know. They know academically what goes on and anecdotally from their patients, but, from the time you get up to the time you go to bed and maybe all through the night, you are having impacts from your disease in some cases that when you're in your doctor's office, you can't really cover all of those things, right? How did this medication work? Are you having any side effects? What's going on? And you're not thinking about all the little maybe nuances of things that are happening during your day. When they're participating in research, they can share with a moderator, all of the ins and outs and the impact on their job and their family life and things that maybe don't come out when they're talking to their doctor. So that helps inform researchers so that they can then develop products, they can develop services that actually help the patients. So the main, I think that one of the top reasons is so that they can share their expertise. Um, and patients come back to us all the time, and they just feel like it's almost therapeutic in some ways to talk to someone who understands their disease and who they can share openly with, because sometimes they don't want to burden their families with things over and over, and so talking to a moderator is like this very cathartic experience because they get to share, maybe some of the things that they've kept inside. That's one piece. We also pay patients for their time. So they earn $120 an hour for sharing their expertise, which is very valuable too. I mean, they should be compensated for their time. Physicians are compensated for their time when they share their expertise. So there's no reason patients should not be compensated also. So, I mean, those are a few things they get out of it. The money is great, but a lot of times it's more about helping others, that altruistic piece where you can help someone else who maybe is diagnosed after you to shorten that journey that they, to diagnosis that, well, here are some of these symptoms, ask your doctor about that. And, it might actually make things a little better for someone else down the line.
Yeah, I can imagine. And that's what I've learned from you too, is the heart of these individuals that you talk to. Some of them you work with, and just the experiences they've had. I mean, I remember you've had, people that you've interviewed and people that you've met that have then become coworkers,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With you, just because of the impact that they had in the interview process, but also they're like, I want to be part of this, which was really, I think, really cool on my side to hear that, because yeah, the money's great, and they should be compensated for
Mm-hmm.
that. But when you get to a bigger purpose, a bigger why of the impact they can have, that people shouldn't have to go through the pain that I'm going through of finding information, of discovering other people with this, of building a community. That's so crucial.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And there, we hear back from a lot of patients about that positive impact, and that really keeps you going.
Yeah, for sure. What do you do with this information? So you're doing these interviews, you're getting this information. What are you doing with it?
So we're not really doing the interviews. Let me clarify that. So what we are, we're just a matchmaker. So a client, a researcher comes to us and they'll say, I need to do interviews with, 25 hemophilia patients. And we go out to our community and we connect them with those patients and they do the interviews. So they're collecting that information, that data, and pulling that together, usually in a much larger project that also includes physicians and maybe pharmacists and a whole array of information to, again, develop a product, develop a service, something that will help the patients in the long run. So we do a little bit of internal research here at Rare Patient Voice to keep people engaged. There are a lot of people who've signed up with us who, you know, they may not have an opportunity to participate in a study because, let's say this year there's nothing going on in their disease area. So we try to do a little bit of something, like a short survey, and then we'll share the results back with them. And that's really important because a lot of times in research, although patients would love to see the results, they're not privy to those. It could be, secret squirrel marketing stuff or whatever it is. But they don't usually get the results. So the nice thing is we're collecting that, very, short survey, let's say, and then summarizing it and sending it right back to them, which is really cool.
Okay. And then you're the matchmaker. You're making this stuff happen. How many patients are you working with? How many people do you have in your database of, people and diseases and things that you can access?
So there are about 180,000 patients and caregivers. And when I say caregivers, I mean like family caregivers, a mom or a dad of a child. 180,000 across 1,500 conditions. And they're in 9 countries now.
Goodness.
I
That's a lot
know.
of people.
Yeah, it's mind blowing.
Y'all are crushing it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
we have lots of ways we meet patients. So I said, we go out to events, but we also have, and these people, our fantastic patient advocacy team that reaches people through, through social media, through connecting with like these smaller support and advocacy groups, which we have as referral partners. And so with our referral partner program, this is very cool. They'll send out a unique link to that partner who can then share in their own closed networks. It might be a mom who started a Facebook group or a smaller regional disease focused group. And those people can share that link. And then if people choose to sign up with us, we then donate $10 back to that association or that referral partner for each person who signs up. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but we have people who've earned thousands of dollars to support their advocacy group, which is great. It's like a passive fundraising opportunity, and then those people who sign up get to participate and earn money. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you want people to do? I mean, people can do stuff all the time, but particularly on Rare Disease Day, is there some action that we can take? So because there's rare diseases, maybe there's a lot of us that don't know anybody with a rare disease because they're rare and we just, they're kind of out there. Maybe we don't know that somebody may have a rare disease that we are associated with or that know in our circle. What can we do, those of us that maybe don't know somebody with a rare disease? What can we do on Rare Disease Day?
I think you can go to, NIH. They have a online presence for Rare Disease Day. There's another European organization called Eurordis, and they, actually, I think there's I'll have to look it up for you. I think there's a rarediseaseday.org. Like they have one of the organizations puts that together. But go to one of those sites and just learn a little bit about rare. I think a rare disease is something like you have to have in the US, under 200,000 people have been diagnosed with it. So, it's affects fewer than 200,000 people. So that's 1 in 1,500 Americans, right? So you could know someone with a rare disease, you just might not know it.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And I think, so go to one of these sites, which I was trying to type it real quick, but I can't do it and not look at you.
Yeah, talk and type.
Yeah, I can't do it, or it's some random thing I'm typing. So I will send that to you later. But their websites you can go to, learn something about rare disease. I didn't know anything about rare disease before I started working for Rare Patient Voice. And it's amazing how many people, now that I personally know who are impacted. And I wouldn't have, and not just through work. There are people that in my personal life who have a condition that is considered rare. Pretty interesting. But I wouldn't have known that before. So I would say, if you can, go to one of these sites, which Skot will put in his notes.
It is rarediseaseday.org.
Excellent. So, all right.
Right on. It is that one. And I just learned that there's 300 million people with a rare disease. So
that is phenomenal, right? So collectively, it seems like a lot of people, right? But in your, like to the woman who I met, your child has is the one person with that rare disease. That's very isolating. So, so go to that rarediseaseday.org and learn something about rare disease. And I think, the more educated we can be about things that we don't know about, the better we'll all be.
Ah, so cool. Pam, I love this message. I love having you on. I love getting to network with you. I see you often on LinkedIn, and so people can connect with you there. You post a lot of information there, and you and your colleagues. And where else do you want people to contact you if they have more information? They want to get involved with you in some way, shape, or form.
They can certainly, email me directly. Maybe my information's on our website, rarepatientvoice.com. You can also connect with us on social media. We have several different, either, LinkedIn, X, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all of those things. Our community it can be found on. If you're interested in signing up as a patient, certainly you can do that on our website. There's a little tab that says sign up here and you want to be involved. That's great. If you're a client and you want to do some research with patients, you can go to sales@rarepatientvoice.com and they can help you out.
You rock. Keep doing the good work, Pam. What you do is awesome.
Hard to do that. Thank you so much. And thanks for letting me share this information with your community.
There's a lot of people out there, more than you probably realize, with rare diseases. 300 million people have rare diseases. Now, they are rare, and so you may think, oh, I don't know if I know anybody. But what'd you say? 1 out of every 1,500 people have a rare disease. So, you probably in your communities, I mean, I've got 1 million people in my county. It's a large county, granted, but still, like, that's probably, I have exposure to people with rare diseases that I probably didn't even realize. So go check out rarediseaseday.org, rarediseaseday.org, and you can find that. Go to rarepatientvoice.com and see a little bit of the work that they're doing there. And they're expanding, they're growing because the need is there, and they found the need, and it's so cool to see the progress they're making. If you want to find out more information about me or check out the show notes where there's going to be more information and links to the things referenced in this episode, visit skotwaldron.com. And lastly, I'm asking for a little bit of love, just a little bit. So please take a moment, follow, rate the show. The algorithms like that. It helps me get the word out. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And until next time, stay unlocked.